Hello, welcome to DTBTV. This is my first video. Here we are live at Anfield, as you can see, bopping around on the pitch, me and Sean McAllister. Yeah, well, this is my first video, so bear with me, it's getting more professional as it comes along. So what I'm going to be doing is a new show called A View from a Supporter's View, sorry. And it'll be giving you a chance to basically give us your best memories and all the best sort of info bits you've got of being a Liverpool fan. So, Sean McAllister, how long have you been a Liverpool supporter for?
Well, as everyone says, as young as I can remember, I think the first game I went to would have been, I've still got the programme, I think I showed you. I went to watch us against Forest at home in 1997. I think I was about 6 years old. And I was just hooked on it from there, to be honest. It was like, up until a stage, I could watch it on TV, but until you actually go into the stadium, and then that's when you're like, oh, I want to go back again. So that's when I think, that's when you become a fan.
And what is your favourite game of all time? I've got a few questions for you, but which one's your favourite of all time?
It's a tough one, that. There's been so many under the clock, like, era, but, like, going back, like, I really enjoyed, like, say, the cup finals from the treble season 2001, like the cup final against Alves, where it was 5-4. That was just a mad, crazy game. And we've had, like, the cup final against West Ham, where Stevie G dug us out the proverbial. That was a great game as well. And then you've obviously got, like, the game against Dortmund's Europa League, comeback against Barcelona, and then obviously I think it's got to be the best game's got to be the Champions League final in 2005, though, hasn't it? There's loads, like, you can say best game at Anfield, best game in such and such competition, but, like, the overall, like, best game for me is that final. It has to be
2005. Yeah, I mean, I still remember it like yesterday. I remember personally myself going to Asda before the game. Me, my mates, I think there's 6 of us and my sister watching it in her front room. And we got loads of champagne. And I remember us all steaming at half time, drinking that champagne. And that champagne was actually supposed to be for if we won it after the game. I remember sitting on the sofa going, oh, well, at least we've got the champagne. and then unbelievably, the comeback, I mean, it was surreal. I mean, I'm with you on that one, mate. 2005 Istanbul is unbelievable. That's your favourite. So that'll be your favourite game of all time. What's your favourite game you've ever been to at Anfield?
I'd say I've been to a couple of derbies in the sort of early 2000s. I went to one where sort of later on in Gerrard's career where he scored, like, the hat-trick. I was there for that game where some of the goal, even though, like, Suarez put the last one on a plate for him, it was like, I remember he scored, like, a really, like, cracking goal with his left foot. I think it's probably one of his most underrated goals, so he's just sort of dug it out of nowhere first time. It was just an unreal game. But I'd say it's got to be one of the derbies I've been to. There's been, like, sort of routes where, like, cup games and stuff like that, but I'd say it's got to be when you beat your rivals and you're there for it. It's above everything else, isn't it? Because it's like, you bump into these people in work and stuff, you know, the ones that are sitting in the away end. It's like, how's the weekend?
Some stories I can tell you about them. Jesus Christ. Sorry for giggling there as you just give me the answer, but I just can't get used to see your head bobbing on the pitch at Anfield.
Hey, I always said one day I'd be sitting in the middle of Liverpool's midfield at Anfield.
You look like Pepe Reina.
I'll take that.
Pepe Reina looks his head bobbling around the cop end. But yeah, this is what not podcast, these Zoom, just as good as podcasts. These are going to be great. Thanks for being my first sort of guest, because it is a bit of tongue-in-cheek, it is a bit of fun, and that's why we're cracking jokes as we're doing it. I'm not finished yet with the questions. I'm just saying this is going to be great. We're going to start this with all the Liverpool fans that want to come on here. There'll be no pressure. Don't get nervous. It's all about having a bit of a giggle and talking about. Do you know what's weird? As I'm watching the screen as we're having this sort of interview, I'm getting memories just watching that picture behind you. I can see certain goals that have gone in, and I remember being that end, and I remember being that end. And when I used to work at Anfield, I used to walk around that pitch because our office was top left-hand corner where the scoreboard is. And every time you walk past the corner flag on the right, you just think of Trent Alexander-Arnold against Barcelona. You can't help it. You can't. I mean, even right now, where your right shoulder is, I'm seeing the Gerrard volley against Aston Villa. You know, where he hits it on the volley and it bends into the top left-hand corner. You can't look at
Yeah.
Yeah, you can remember. You can't look at the inside of Anfield without memories. So, that going on to my next question, which was brilliantly put by myself. What's your favourite goal at Anfield?
Favourite goal?
Ever watched. You don't have to have been there.
When I think we won in the end, I think it was 4 or 5-0. You know what I was saying before against, like, when we play lesser teams, we battered them. But in that game, Jamie Carragher scored. I don't know if you remember. I think like corner.
Near post header. The near post header.
No, there's one of his later goals. This was like in 2007. There was like a flick on. I think Danny Agger flicked it on, and he was there at the far post, and he just sort of slid in. And it was like, it's one of those sort of pinch me moments. It's just seeing Carragher 23 wheeling off with his hands in the air, scoring in front of the coffin. That was good. It's just any sort of anything that you like, collector's items, like goals, like rare goals and stuff like that. Players that like sort of work the socks off for debut goals and stuff like that. I've seen a few young ones like come through in the League Cup and score their first goal, and it's
I know exactly what you mean because I was there for Jordan Rossiter's first goal. But I'll tell you something now. Matching that, I'm quite lucky in a way because I was in the COP for Olympiacos and I seen Stevie Gerrard's one that was made for it. I was behind the net for it. So that's my favourite. But it's been some belters at Anfield. And I remember one of my favourites was a really freak goal. And I think it actually got classed as an own goal, which was, remember Peter Crouch when he didn't score for nearly 24 hours? It was like a horrendous run when he signed for us. And if you go on YouTube after this interview with me and you, because this is a sharing moments interview between ourselves and supporters, it's not just all about pushing on one side. You'll see that he scored, didn't it? It looped and it was a goal when I think he goes to tip it onto the bar, but he hits it against the bar and goes in. And
was it Wigan, Mike Hollis or something like that?
Mike Hollis goal was Wigan, yeah. And you remember, the whole of Anfield erupted, and then Crouch is running along the whole touchline of the Kenny stand. Amazing.
Oh, well, on the subject as well, in that against Fulham again, I was there for when we re-signed Fowler, and he scored his first goal. And I think Stephen Warnock scored his first goal for us in that game as well. That was like two sort of, I was seeing my childhood hero all over again, scoring like his first return goal, and then like in the captain product scoring as well. Brilliant.
It's similar to what the Man United fans have recently just gone through with the return of Ronaldo. When Fowler came back home, I was like a kid at Christmas, and that was like the exact words he used. He was like a kid at Christmas. He said he sat in the car park on the Kenny Dalglish stand, and he said he couldn't stop like crying and smiling. I remember he said he went in to meet Rick Parry. I think it was Rick Parry then, wasn't it? Yeah. And he said that he didn't even look at the contract. He didn't even look at the contract that was on the table. He didn't even give a shit if it said £20 a week. He just saw, and I love that about Robbie Fowler. I mean, I can't believe he's doing it.
He would have paid £5 subs a week, wouldn't he?
Yeah. I don't know what he's done with all his money because he's doing birthday messages now on Memo for flipping 150 quid.
God, hey, so you know what, right? Remember when he was playing for City and all their fans, well, the core 5,000 of them back in the day, signed for them, used to sing "We All Live in a Robbie Fowler House" because he did.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Don't worry, God's got all sorts. He's got quite a property portfolio, like so. These video messages though, it's like what 30 seconds working, someone's giving you 100 quid. You know what I mean? It's just like
I know Neil Woodcock's on there. He's 35 quid.
Oh, you know what? I actually got Razor. I got my brother a birthday message off him, and he's It was just so funny because my brother lives in Wales and he's like trying to do a Welsh accent and stuff like that. He's just absolutely.
Anyway, mate, I know you've got to shoot off the gym and that soon, so I won't keep you too long. But that was great, and this is exactly what was going to be great now. Getting people different heads on that pitch, you know, to get Pepe Reina out of goal, get somebody in next. But yeah, I really enjoyed that, mate. We could chat forever, we really could. But you know, basically, I was going to say one last thing before you go. Predictions for Liverpool v Arsenal next game at Anfield.
So, well, the international break's coming at a decent time for us because I don't think we played that bad against West Ham, but like we've been scoring like 3 goals away from home, and it's sort of been covering the little mistakes where we're letting soft goals go in, avoidable goals, and we're not making teams work hard enough. Because Arsenal are in a upturn of form now. If we've got a fully fit squad, everyone's available, play our best 11, we should be able to beat them. But they've got a bit of momentum, and you know, a few weeks ago they were bottom of the table, and we were sort of top or joint top on. You know what I mean?
Turnaround's been unbelievable.
Honestly, God, even just looking on face value, people probably turn nose up to it. I'd take 1-0 against Arsenal right now. If someone says it'll be a boring sort of maybe game for like 90 minutes, but we'll steal 3 points off them, I'll snap their hands off.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, they've had a decent run, Arsenal, but it's not been against teams that you'd worry about. They've been beating sides that you'd expect them to beat, to be honest with you. They haven't actually beat anybody where you've gone, wow. I mean, all right, what was it? 1-0? They won the other week. Who did they beat? I think beat someone 1-0, didn't they? And you was expecting them to get beat. But they played the Brightons, they played the Palaces, they played the Southamptons. They've not played anybody decent yet. And I remember listening to TalkSport yesterday, and that's what Simon Jordan said. He says, look, because someone stupidly said, can he win the league? Ridiculous. As soon as they play us, I mean, their record at Anfield is unbelievably atrocious. I mean, it really is. They normally like lost the game after 20 minutes. So we'll see.
Yeah, no, it's true, mate. I think that time before I was born, that time we stole the league title on the last day of the season at Anfield. I think we must have done the deal with the devil because
remember that.
We walloped them a fair few many times. But you're right. It's just that thing. No, it's like you can say, oh, they're beating teams that you should expect them to beat. But like that thing, momentum in sports, it's you can't sort of put your finger on it, but it's like really underrated. It's like if they build up confidence by beating teams they expect to beat, then when it comes to Liverpool, they'll be like, well, Liverpool aren't in the best of form. Why not? Let's try and, you know. But like I said, we just ride it out. Like I said, I'll just take a 1-0, 3 points, get back on form, a clean sheet as well, and then hunky dory.
It'll be great to be back, and hopefully, if you can, we'll see you soon anyway. Up at this end. See you soon, mate. Cheers.
Take care.